Hey everybody, welcome. It's Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. Great to have you along watching the video today. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, can you do me a massive favor and click on that button down the bottom? If I can build up my subscribers, it's great news for me. What have we got in store for you today is a little head-to-head. And I thought we'd go down to the sort of the, what should we call this? The player's end of the market. We have got here the new Ping Forge Blueprint iron, full review with links up above, and we'll put some end cards at the end. And the club that keeps winning lots of majors for a certain Brooks Koepka, the JPX 919 Tour iron, which he had a lot of input in designing. I thought these two clubs are very similar in their looks and design and the sort of golfer that they're appealing to. So I thought we'd get over in the hitting area in a minute and do a bit of comparison. Now, comparisons are always quite difficult things to do because you're trying to get like for like strike of each club. There's always going to be a little bit of human error in there. But I just wanted to give you my feedback on these two clubs so that if you are getting to a point where you're thinking about buying either of these two, it might help you with that decision. So without further ado, let's move you over into the hitting area. I'm going to hit several shots with each and then we'll have a look at the data and I'll tell you what I think about them. Let's go. Okay everybody, welcome to the hitting area. We're going to do a little head-to-head with the JPX 919 Tour, the Blueprint Forged iron. Both 7 irons, both at 34 degrees of loft, standard length, standard lie, and both fitted with the Dynamic Gold 120 S300 shaft in steel. Details down below. I've got GC2 set up. I've got a green down there at 161 yards. Green set to soft, so it should be quite receptive. And I've got Callaway Chrome soft balls on the deck to hit. So let's get in there, see if we can get some strikes away, shall we? This is the Mizuno first. This is the 919 Tour. Pretty nice strike to start with. Just pushed it a little bit. That was out the middle. And this is always the problem, as I touched upon over there, is trying to get like for like strikes of each club. So yeah, there might be some shots taken out here if I hit any big poles or catch one a little bit thin. I'll probably have to do some clever editing, take those out, because I want to try and make this test as fair as I can. But I'm going to carry on hitting. That was good. I'm going to go try and get 3 or 4 shots with this club first of all. That was a little bit fat and a little bit heavy. That one might have to go, but we'll keep going. Good swing. That was about as good as I can hit it. That was right out the top drawer. You know, and people quite rightly comment when I do little head-to-heads. They say you should do maybe 10 shots or 20 shots. You should leave every shot in. And I've got to factor in that there's going to be a little bit of swing inconsistency here. And, you know, one bad shot like that one may corrupt the average data that we're going to look at. So that one will go in a minute. I've got two good ones at the moment, which is okay. I'll go one more. Oh, I tell you what, that felt so good off the club face. It really did. It's a pretty good shot, isn't it? So I think if I get rid of that little push cutty one, this fella here, I think now I have got 3 pretty good shots, fair shots to do a little comparison. So I'm going to do a little swap over onto the Ping and I'll see if I can get some similar data and then we can do the fun bit and do the comparison. How did that club feel? I'll tell you in a bit. Let's just do a swap over. Okay, Ping Blueprint, it is your turn to do a comparison. Exactly the same setup. Standard length, standard lie, 34 inches of loft, Dynamic Gold 120 S300 shaft. Let's go. Let's see if we can get some comparative strikes for you. Pretty good. Pretty good. Could it go in? No. Pretty close though. I'll take that. I'm quite happy with that. It wasn't, I know you'll think, cool, he's a bit of a perfectionist, which I'm not. That was a little bit out at the bottom of the club, but absolutely loved the results of it. So pretty much a gimme the next one. Good start, no pressure. Bit of a push, a lot of a push. That is missing green way to the right. Club got stuck behind me there, big time. We'll get rid of that one in a minute. We can't use that one. I need two more decent strikes to do a comparison. That'll do. That was okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll get rid of shot 2 on that one. We'll leave that one in. Wasn't amazing, but it was, I think it's fair. Just one more. Could go a little, oh, it's okay. I thought that was going to go a bit left. That was a really good strike. That's probably the best strike of the bunch there. I really nailed that. Let's get rid of shot 2 on that one. This one right here. Then what I will do is I'm going to move the camera around a little bit so that you can see the data, and we'll look at the numbers and we'll see if there's any, well, we'll see what this comparison's like, and I'll give you my feedback on what I think of these two clubs, how they measure up with each other. Be right back. Right, as they say in all the best quiz shows and TV programs, the results are in. Well, they are in. I did my very best to get 3 comparative strikes. Amazingly difficult to try and do that. I've had to take out some shots which were horrible because with those shots in there, I just can't get a comparison. So what I've aimed to do here is to try and get similar launches and club speeds and strikes, but it's not an exact science this, but it'll give us an idea. Let's start with the Mizuno 919 Tour. Average club speed there was good. 83.5 miles an hour, but we'll look more at ball speed because GC2 without the HMT, head measurement technology, doesn't really do club speed that accurately, but it does do ball speed. So 113.6 miles an hour, launching at 19.6. Total backspin on here, this one, is 5,980, so just a smidge under 6,000. Giving me average carried, look at the consistency here, it's pretty good. 156, 157, 158. So I got 157 average, and the dispersion was pretty good as well. 4 yards left, straight at it, 3 yards left, average of 2 yards left, about 6 feet. Pretty good. Onto the ping blueprint we go. Again, club speeds exactly the same, but we're looking more at ball speed. I'll come over this side, I think I'm out of shot there. 113.2, 113.6, that's pretty close, isn't it? Launch was a little bit lower, which was interesting. Why, I don't know. Maybe to do with the weighting in the Tour. Maybe there's a little bit more weight sort of lower down in the Tour head that's just launched it a little bit higher because the lofts are the same. So yeah, 19.6 launch with the Tour, 18.2 with the blueprint. Spin rate there was a little bit of discrepancy even, easy for me not to say. This again comes down to strike. I had a couple at around about 6,000 and one, that must have been a little bit of a thin, I guess, or just a missed strike. Don't know, can't remember how it felt now. But the backspin rate there was 5,856, 5,980, so nothing in it really, is there? And again, carry distance exactly the same, 156, 152, 163, big one at the end. Yeah, I mean, that was a good strike, so I'm not quite sure why the spin dropped off there a little bit, to do with strike location maybe. 157, so both exactly the same for carry distance. So no big shock here. These two clubs performed very similarly, and why shouldn't they? You know, they're both forged clubs, they're both the same loft, and they're both kind of the same type of design. Should we just talk about price? Sometimes people get a little bit shy, I think, on YouTube about talking prices, and I don't know why, because the information's out there. I would sell custom fit set of these in my academy here in the JPX 919 Tour say 40 pitching wedge, a 7-iron set, those would cost you £899, okay, which is pretty much what you'll see most people selling these clubs at. So £899 for 7 irons. The blueprints are coming in at £200 each. So for a set of those, you're looking at around about £1,400. Now, I've got a feeling that there might be a little bit more manipulation on the price on that one. You might find somebody doing these at maybe $12.99, something like that. But whichever way you look at it, considerably more cost than this iron. Now, I would put these irons for myself as like for like. Which one did I, if I had to pick one of these two, which one would I pick? Personally, I'd go with the Mizuno. I just liked the look, the feel. I couldn't tell you why, because it's very subjective. I just like the Mizuno a little bit more than the Ping. If I had to play with these, not an issue. But this is where things get personal, isn't it? You know, the next guy is going to say, I prefer the Blueprint. They're both very good clubs. They are not the sort of golf club which is going to give you much in the way of help. If you mishit these clubs, they will beat you up. They will give you a good duffing up. There's no forgiveness in there. But when you do catch them out in the middle, they do feel pretty good. And this whole debate about forged irons, the expression I hate more than anything else, buttery soft feel. Hate that expression. Can I feel the difference between a forged club and a cast club? I think some days I can, some days I can't. It depends how I'm striking it. It depends how I'm feeling, I think. Yeah, and that debate will rage, and that will bring up comments down below, I'm sure, and thumbs down because I've said something like that. If you can feel the difference and you like the feel of a forged club, go for it. If you can't tell the difference, then don't worry about it. So there you go. It'd be very interesting to get your reaction to what I've talked about today. The JPX 919 Tour, multiple major winner, and the new kid on the block, the Ping Blueprint forged iron. Ping going down a route which they're not really renowned for is forged irons. Mizuno, on the other hand, have a real history and pedigree in producing 4 irons. Which one's better? I can't say really. They're both very good. You'd need to go and make that decision yourself. That's it. I've waffled on for far too long. Thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All the best. Bye for now. Have a good day.